You know what, Linz?
Yeah.
I'll just do McDonald's when I come back. Don't worry about Nico and all that bullshit. Just let him crack on. As long as he doesn't go in the other room, and we'll put the alarm on. And as long as he doesn't try and go out the front, and we'll put something in front of the door. Just let him crack on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All joking aside, though, am I okay to start?
Yeah.
Thanks, Lou. Hi, good morning. I was looking for the person that orders ink, for any printers you guys use. Well, very quickly, my name's Charles. I run my own independent ink company called SOS. I'm based in Cardiff. I was just hoping with permission if I can leave my contact details and my prices, if that would be okay. Yeah, would that be okay with you? Oh, bear with me. Sorry, I know a lot about ink, but I only type with one finger. When you say shillings, do you mean SH? Yeah, ILLINGS. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And then CARE. Yeah, perfect. And what was your name? Rebecca. How did you know my next question? Yeah. Um, but which one do you get? It's 305, isn't it? But do you get the one that says 305 or the one that says 305 XL? Yeah, it will. Yeah, and it's really important that you get the right one. Oh, it's right. Do you know what? Actually, it's it's not the difference in the page yield. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to give you, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to give you a little bit of advice. So always go with the XL. Very simple calculation, math calculation. It does double the print. So when I email you my pricing is going to be for the XL. So what you have to do with your pricing is you have to double it. So remember when you said then about, was it 13 and 19? I think you said something like that. Something like that. Well, for example, the 19, what was the 19 for? Was that for the black or for the color? Oh, cool. Okay. So you got to times it by 38. Yeah. I don't know. Well, they're 16 each, but they're double the capacity of yours. Um, yeah, it's not a massive difference, but the thing is with me, I've been doing this for 15 years, so I'm very patient with people, Rebecca, so I don't hassle, badger, and pester people. I don't do their head in, if that makes sense. So yeah, yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Well, mine are 16 each, but mine are double the capacity of yours. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, but I could be maybe like a backup supplier, or I could be somebody if you change your printer or if you need any printer recommendations. So I know. Well, how often are you buying them? Ah, right. That's where you will get the savings. Yeah, exactly. Now, the only caveat to this is, and I do have to be upfront, I do charge for delivery because it's a courier. It's a fiver, but it never goes up. It never goes down. I've done a fiver since 2009. So I actually get charged. Sometimes I get charged more than £5. I get charged like £6, but I always do a fiver because I always think it's just easier to remember £5 than it is like 4.49 or 6.50. So I've always done a fiver. But it's next day, it's courier and it's trackable. So I get all the track. Like this morning, for example, I've had all the tracking for yesterday's orders. So if any of my customers say, "Oh, Charles, where's the ink?" or you know, it hasn't arrived by say 4 o'clock, I know exactly what's going on with it. So it's like it's a bit like a service as well. It's not just a fiver and then you get it. If you have any issues with it or what have you, then I can find out, you know, what's going on. But let me send you the email and then you come back to me when you're ready. Yeah, Charles. I'm waiting for the king to get better, and then I'm trying to get people to call me king, but you know, he's got to sort himself out. Yeah, I went by Prince for ages, and then the Queen passed away, and it got really like I couldn't even make the joke of Prince Charles. I've done Prince Charles like over 10 years, and then she you know she passed away, and I couldn't say, oh, what's your name? Oh, Prince Charles. You know, they'd be like, that's insensitive. Do you know what I mean? And then he became king, and then before like he even got a chance to turn my joke around, he got ill. But you are right, actually. Everyone says if you've got if you've got his ears, and I do actually have his ears. It's weird. No, Rebecca. I'm joking. How do you spell Rebecca? Is it Rebecca? I'll leave you with this before you go. I think that's the best way of spelling Rebecca, and I'm not just saying it because I want your business. Because I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking I'm saying it because I want your business. I think it's like the Bible. It's the right way. It's the right way. It's never the wrong way. I'm going to speak to Rebecca later on. She'll be like, no, I spell it Rebekah. I'll be like, oh, that's terrible. What the hell's going on with the K? Just attention seeking, isn't they, Rebecca? Right. I'll send you the email now. See what you think, but there's no rush. Well, one thing I will say is if you do go through ink a lot, have you ever thought of a different? You don't mind me asking, have you ever thought of a different printer? Has it ever like come into the conversation of like I'm only thinking it's only because you know the page yield that you're having, it's 100 pages on the colours and it's 200 pages on the black or something like that. Sorry, it's 120 pages on the black. I would actually say, and this is me being genuine, it's the lowest page yield that I've seen of any printer. And in my 15 years, I've never seen lower than 100 and 120. The lowest laser cartridge I've ever seen is 1,000 on the black and 700 on the color, and that's the lowest ever on a laser printer. Right. So what you've got to do it's not a complicated. Right. So what you've got to do, right? It's a calculation. It's a maths calculation. You've got to divide the pages by the amount that you pay, and it comes up with a figure. The figure comes up with something like, off the top of my head, like 0.123, so, for example, right, or whatever. Say 0.12. And then what you then do is you look at a laser printer, say like a Brother laser printer off the top of my head, and then you look at the printer and it comes with starter toner. So I call it stingy toner, right? So it comes up with like standard capacity toners. And someone like me rings up and says, "Oh, why don't you use the high capacity?" Like similar to this conversation actually, but obviously with the laser one. And then the black one will do, for example, 3,000 pages for 35 quid. And the person will be like, "Oh no, we pay 35 quid at the moment." I'll be like, "Yeah, but you're getting 1,000 pages and mine are 3,000. So you're actually paying 35 times three. You're paying like 110, 105, whatever, instead of 35. But where you come into play is you're actually genuinely, you'll probably end up for 3,000 prints. Think about it, 120, 3,000 divided by 120 pages is 25. Times that by, I can't remember what you said for the black, was it 19 quid? 13 quid, right? You're paying £325 for 3,000 pages. And I sell a cartridge for that for 35 quid. Your situation is the reason why ink is in the top 10 most expensive liquids in the world. That's you. That's you. You're paying that because of the mils. Your mils is 2.2 mils. You've got a tiny drop of ink in each of your cartridge, like literally hardly any two. You got to think. My boy, I got 5 kids, and my youngest one's autistic. He's blood nightmare. So he has melatonin, for example, for sleep, and he has 8 mils. My boy has 8 mils. Your cartridge is 2.2. Just to put that into, do you know what I mean? But the difference is, yeah, I'll send you the prices, but I got to be honest with you. I think it's a further conversation. I think it's a conversation of, well, actually, Charles, what printer would you recommend? And then I'll ask you, well, how many inks have you ordered over the last, say, like 6 months or whatever? What are you printing? You know, what are you doing your work for? And then we'll have a further conversation, but it'll be on your terms. It won't be me ringing up randomly. You can ring me when you're ready, or you can email me back whenever. Is that okay? Right. I'll send it over now, and lovely speaking to you as well. And you have a lovely day. Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks. Ta-ra. Thank you. That was a good call, wasn't it?
That was a really good call.
Yeah, guess how much she's paying?
Yeah.
£13 for a black cartridge, yeah? For 120 pages.
Yeah.
Linz, this motherfucker is paying hundreds of pounds for her ink, and she's only thinking, I'm only paying £13. Mm. Nicole's melatonin, yeah?
Yeah.
He's 8 mils, yeah, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Look at this, watch. She's getting 2.2, imagine 2 mils. She's paying £13 for 2 mils.
I bet that shocked her actually, because when you put it into perspective, it's probably a bit like, oh.
The only thing that threw me is that she was in the bed and breakfast,
Yeah.
and her email was Shillings K. Yeah, I thought that was a really good call. I don't give a fuck what you say.
I agree with you.
Yeah, good. There's calls like that make me think that I'm in my true profession.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Huh? Do you know what I'm saying?
You're taking a pin.
Do you know what I mean, though?
No.
Bro. Come on, bro. Nah, seriously, though, it's calls like that. I come off the call and I'm just like, let's go. I mean,
Go Idaho.
never do that again.
Oh,
Sienna does
gotta
that.
get on your level.
No, you'll never be on my level.
Oh.
I don't know what to put it down as, though. I called her in the bed and breakfast. She'd probably email me back and be like, what the fuck is this bed and breakfast shit?
What did she think she was?
Well, she didn't. She didn't fucking ask. I goes, you can call. She goes, what's your name again? I said, Charles. I said, I want you to call me King, but I want him to get better. She went, you don't want to be associated with him, lot. I was like, I got his ears. She was like, I feel sorry for you. All joking aside, I don't keep saying it, but it's calls like that really make me think that stick at it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people out there that clearly need my help. Next call, the person will say, fuck off.
Ugh.
She's a fucking care thing, Blind.
Care thing. What's the care thing?
I've got it down as bed and breakfast. She's a care home. It's privately owned. It's got 4 single rooms. If she's the owner.
Oh, you got it.
Eh?
You got it. That's good.
Yeah, she's the owner. She's the director.
That's actually really good. We just had a conversation like that with the director.
So what I'm going to do?
Mm.
I'm going to do something a bit riskier. I'm going to send her. Why don't I send her a printer recommendation on a separate email? Just throw it out there.
Why?
Eh?
Why?
Just in case because she's going to get back in touch, isn't she?
Possibly.
And she's going to say, what printer would you recommend? So why don't I just send her a second email saying, what do you think about this printer? Don't tell me she's read it already. She's read it already. Or do you think I should leave her?
I'd leave it for now. It went really well. You just said you don't pester, you don't something.
Yeah. Hi, good morning. I was looking for the person that orders ink, for any printers you guys use. Yeah. Could I leave my name Charles and my contact details? Would that be okay? Are you sure? Yeah. I can either give them to you on the telephone or pop it into an email. What would you prefer? Are you sure? No, no, it's fine. No, I haven't called before, to be honest, but if you've got it handy, I can write it down. Oh, bear with me, sorry. I know a lot about ink, but I only type with one finger. Um, so it's Court Field, yeah, 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 yeah. .com, brilliant. And what was your name? Sorry, Keith. I'm Charles, by the way, Keith. Hiya, Keith. I am, yeah. I run my own independent ink company called SOS. I'm based in Museum Place in Cardiff. But I'll send you an email. I was going to ask before you go very quickly, do you know the name of one of the printers or the printer? Because if you do, I can actually put some prices in the email. Wi-Fi. There's a network cable. Yeah. Yeah, Ethernet cable. Yeah, yeah. And do you still have the other printer, the older one, or is that now gone? Oh, right, okay. So what's the model of the newer one then? Oh, you've packed it. It might be going back, is it? Really? Oh, wow. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've got Yeah, yeah. It takes. I'm very. We don't know each other, but I'm very proud of you, Keith, for looking after this printer over the years. It's you have had it quite a long time. I've been 100%, yeah, 10 plus, I would say, because I would actually say, do you know what? I've been doing this since 2009. I would say that I was probably quoting this in 2009. This 300 XLs. No, do you know what? I would actually definitely. I'm not saying that you've had it for 15 years. You've definitely had it over 10. But the printer range has been going for more than 15 because when I first started supplying ink in 2009, I obviously didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I distinctly remember the 300 XLs, or maybe around that time, because actually saying that before that, it was a number 15 black and a number 78 color, or number 45 color, something like that. Number 15 black and number 45 color, and then HP went on to they went on to the triple figures, and they started with the number 3. So, for example, I've just got off the phone to somebody now, literally a couple of minutes ago, and that's quite interesting. She has the 305 XLs. That's interesting, isn't it? So yes, exactly. So hers is the newest one. So yours has been discontinued and superseded. 301 XL, 302, 303, 304, 305, and the 305 that I spoke to the lady with, even though it's been going about a year or so, maybe 18 months, that's already been discontinued, that printer range. So yeah, yeah, but that's brilliant. Yeah, yeah. I honestly, I'm very excited to do the quote. It always excites me doing a quote, an old school quote. That's what I call them, old school, because they've been going a long time. But yeah, I quoted for somebody for it in last time I quoted somebody for it was in November. But I've just checked stock with my wholesaler, and yeah, I've got plenty of stock. They got 182 black and they got 96 colour, so it's not even a stock availability issue, Keith. If you ended up giving me a go, it's there's plenty of stock when the time comes. Yeah, just give me a shout. Yeah, yeah, I'll do it straight away. I'll put my name Charles on it. I'll put my contact details on the bottom left-hand corner, Keith, and then I'll put my prices and my delivery charge. The one thing I was going to say, do you order the 300s or do you order the 300 XLs? If that makes sense. Oh, okay, so very quickly then, just to give you a very quick calculation, when you get my quote, you need to times it. Maybe 2 seconds, I'll tell you now. So you need to times it by so you got the MV120. Okay, so there we go. So your black is 200 pages, my XL is 600. So whatever price you're paying for your black, you need to times it by 3 compared to mine. And then on the colours, you're doing 165 and I do 440. So 440, 165 into 440 goes 2.67. Let's call it 2.6. So whatever price you're paying for your colour, the tricolour, you need to times it by 2.6 and then compare it with my price. Does that make sense? Yeah, sorry, I got to keep it simple. So what I'm trying to say to you is when you see my pricing, I only supply the XLs. But the difference is my black does, yes, it's the same cartridge. It just got more mils inside, if that makes sense. So for example, your mils is 4 mils on the black. Mine is 12, so 3 times more. And on the colours, your mils is the colours is a bit trickier to work out. The colours on yours is 4, and mine is 11. Yeah, remember I said 2.6. So yeah, so it's not. Yeah, yeah, but it'll last longer, basically. Yeah, it'll work and it'll last longer. Yeah, so it'll last up to 3 times. Yeah, I'll send it over now, Keith. Thank you very much. No, no problem at all. You have a nice day as well. Thanks for your time. You too. Cheers, Keith. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. What the fuck, Linz?
That was another really good call.
Huh?
That was another really good call.
Do you know what the interesting thing is though?
No,
They both got shit printers.
do they?
Oh, so they're so bad, Linz. Linz, they're so bad. They're so bad.
We can fix
Just to connect his printer to the new printer. So he's gone back to the old printer. Goes like that. Innit?
Yep.
Now do you see why I love cold calling so much?
Yeah, when they go well.
Eh?
When they go well.
No, the ones that don't go well, they're just short, that's all. Just we're not interested. Okay. The cold calls that go well, the ones that go like that, I just think they're brilliant. But it's trying to get that energy on the follow-up call. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I got to be honest with you, Liv, on the energy, on the follow-up call, the vast majority of people are just rude.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, why are you being rude for? So just give you an example, yeah. So I said times his black by 3, so he's paid about £20 for his black, yeah. Times that by 3 is £60, right? Guess how much my black is? Well, it's actually down on my price list is 18, but I've just brought it up to 25 because it's going to go in line with my competitors. And the colour is £25, about £25. Times that by 2.6, it comes up with £65. So I'm bringing him from £65, 60 to 65, down to 25. That's good, isn't it? But they do have to fit and they do have to work, though. It's not prerequisite that it's all good luck. What the fuck is that noise? Huh?
It's just my thing. I'm helping my mum with her Instagram account, so I got to make a video every morning. And I forget.
And you forget. Hmm. Oh, I thought bed and breakfast would be fucking shit. Hi guys, my name's Charles. I run my own independent ink company called SOS. We're based in Cardiff. I was hoping you could give us a quick call back on a Cardiff number, 02922 402 747. Thank you very much.
Ooh,
Hi, good morning. Is that Steve? Hi, Steve. It's Charles from SOS in Cardiff. Hi, mate. We scheduled a call for this morning, but first things first, is it convenient to speak or would you prefer a call back a different time? So I don't mind, honestly. It's not a problem, mate. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, mate, it's not a problem. Yeah. Well, the fact that you've remembered me, that's a very good plus point because I've been quoting you for a few times over the years, and the fact that you remembered what I do is brilliant. So we had a chat last month, and we talked about the printers and things like that. You were going to give us a go, maybe, on the 950 XL Black. So what I was going to say to you is, what's your stock level like? Shall I call you in 4 weeks if the stock is okay? Yeah. Should we get another few weeks? The week after that? 3 weeks from now is the 6th. Yeah, so the week beginning the 3rd. Yeah, the 3rd onwards. Um, the question is, have you got my details in case something flags before me? Um, are you confident that you've got like my email or my telephone number, Steve? Yeah, it might have flagged up. It's the scheduled callback it is. Because if you remember me saying we first spoke in 2018, February, if you remember me saying, it was 6 years ago. So that's what I don't want to do now. I don't want to like leave it a year, 2 years, 3 years, etc. You know, if I'd have called back more often and with your permission 6 years ago, then we would have probably done a lot, bang dead a lot, a lot earlier than now. Um, yeah, I'll give you a bell. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but just got to take our time. You're coming from a place of having an issue or a bad experience with non-originals or negative. Should we call it negative experience? So I got to turn that into a positive. But we just got to take our time, Steve. There's no rush on my end. We'll take it from there. But I'll leave you to it. I'll give you a call at the beginning of June. It's about this time, okay? Or shall I aim for a bit later in the morning? Yeah, about 10 o'clock. Perfect, Steve. No problem at all, mate. You have a good. Yeah. You have a good holiday as well. Speak to you in a bit. Thank you, Steve. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. So my callbacks are getting a little bit better. Have you noticed?
Yeah,
You haven't noticed, do you?
they have actually. I think so.
I'm starting to call and I'm like, hi, Steve, it's Charles from SOS. And if they don't remember me, that's when I know like I got work to do. Do you know what I mean? This motherfucker does not remember me. No, I got no slots for Monday the 3rd of June in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ordering my map tomorrow. I'm ordering my map.
Okay.
Do you think Leah can put it up
Yeah,
like relatively quickly?
that's fair.
Uh,
What can I say? Yeah.
so it'll be pretty cool to have like. Hi, good morning. Is that Sylvia? Hi, Sylvia. It's Charles from SOS down in Cardiff. Stead office place. I run my own independent ink business. We spoke last month. No, we spoke in March, and no, it's fine. The fact that you don't remember me, it means I got a bit of work to do on my voice, on my inflection. Because I've done this for 15 years selling ink. I've done phone sales for 23 years. Do you know what? It doesn't matter how I don't hassle anyone, Sylvia. I don't badger and pester them, whatever. And I think from the other person's perspective, they always the feeling I get, the overriding feeling I get, unless you know me, I think I come across salesy. Unless you know me. So, for example, if I said, "Hi, Sylvia, it's Charles. Oh, hi, Charles. How are you doing? How's the kids? How's it doing your idea? Blah blah blah." So, if you know me, then you know that I'm not after something. If that makes sense, you know. But if you don't know me, it's kind of like, "Oh, Charles, where are you calling from, Charles? Oh, Stead Office Supplies. Oh, we don't need anything." do, you know what I mean? Honestly, that's what I get, Sylvia. I get people call me back in a week, and I call them back, and they're like, "Oh, if we need something, Charles, we'll call you." And I'm like, "I call you once a year." You know, it's because people get badgered all the time, don't they? Let's be honest. It's exactly what it is, and I get the brunt of it, you know, which is fine. It's par for the course. It's I have this old saying, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown." It's it's my decision to set up a business of selling ink. I've been doing it for 8 years. No, I was doing it for about 8 years, and then I set up by myself. So doing it for 7 years. When it goes well, Sylvia, it's brilliant. Like, I just got off a phone call to two people, and they're buying the wrong ink, the wrong printer for their business, and these are off cold calls as well, you know. And they were so grateful, genuinely, for my call. When I first called them, it was a cold call, and they were like, the bed and breakfast in Cardiff, you know. They were answering the phone. They were like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Oh, my name's Charles. You know, I run my own company selling ink. Can I quote you for some ink?" And they were like, "Yeah, go on, but I haven't got time for this." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." When they told me the ink, I said, are you sure, like, you're not getting the XLs?" And they were like, "Well, why would I get the XLs?" And I was like, "Well, it does 3 times more print." And they were like, "Oh, does it?" And I was like, "Yeah." So it's kind of like I've got to keep going, if that makes sense, because there's people out there that would benefit from my knowledge if they were open. Do you know what I mean? You've always been upfront with me. So the thing with you is, I think, yeah. Oh, is these for the HP Pro 400s, the M401s that we've been talking about? Yeah, perfect. So how many? That's the printer you've got. So how many of these have you got? Just the one, or you've got a few of them? Okay, perfect. Now, is it doing the black line now at the moment? Perfect. If you can do me a favor, right? Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to bring up an image of the printer. Now, let me see if I can do this quickly. On the, yeah, perfect. I'm going to try and see if you can do something to find out what's going on. On the right-hand side is a little LCD screen. It's like a one-line LCD screen. Can you see it? Oh, okay. Give me 2 seconds. Hang on, 2 seconds. No, I'll give you that. Honestly, it'll take 2 seconds. What I need you to do, right, is to do a print report. It takes 2 seconds. Okay. So if you quickly write this down, or you might even be able to remember it. You've got to press, yeah. You've got to press the OK button. Okay. Press the left arrow key to highlight reports. Okay. And then press OK. And I think then you might have to press another button. I think it might say like to print, but by that point it'll be self-explanatory. So it'll say like, "Do you want to print?" or something like that. Now on that print report, it'll have how many pages the toner has done. The figure that we need to look for is 2.7K, so 2,700. Now, if there's a line down the page, or if there's like shading and it's not dense and bold, I would hazard a guess that it's outperformed the toner. I believe the toner would be empty, but you wouldn't be aware of it because the printer hasn't told you it's empty. So I would do the print report. Have you got time for me to stay on hold whilst you do it, or would you want to call back? You want to do it quickly? I don't mind holding, honestly. I've been waiting to get your business for years. Yeah, yeah. I'm not going anywhere. Thanks, Sylvia.
Welcome to your voicemail. You have one new voice message. Message from 02921409790. Received 10:03, 16th May.
Good morning, it's Lisa Jones calling from Seaman Lodge in Cardiff. Just returning your call from this morning, and perhaps you can give it back. Thanks, bye.
Deleted.
That voicemail was off the call that I just made. No, you're close. You're close. You're close. It's a supply status page. So you're very, very close. The configuration report is like another report. No, when you scroll through, look for supply status. It's like it should be the LCD. Are we on about the LCD screen? Are we on about the same on the right hand side? Right, give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can come up with. Hang on. Okay. So this is what you need to do very quickly. If you press the OK button, scroll down to reports, press the OK button again, but then scroll down to supply status. What you've done is you've scrolled to configuration. So you need to scroll to supplies status. No, you've done it. Well, yeah, but you've nearly done it because you've done the configuration page, which is next to supply status. I got faith in you. I got faith in you. No, yeah, no. Look at pages printed with this supply. No. On the same sheet. On the same sheet. Yeah. Go on. Hang on. How many? Okay, that's not good then. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so you were right the first time. That zone is not performing like it should. You are right. So basically, yeah. No. The toner is you've done about 50%. Forget about pages remaining. It's the pages that it's done. It's not the pages. Yeah, it's not you don't look at the figure of the pages that the printer thinks it can do. It's more about the facts, not the if that makes sense. So it's about what has it done so far. Forget about what the printer thinks it's going to do. What it has it done. Exactly. It's done 1,202. So it should do 2,700. So 2,700 minus 1,202, you should be left with 1,498. But if you're already getting lines or what have you, then that's not. But if you're my customer, this is what I would be doing if you're my customer. And I'm not saying that for any other company, but for me, for my company, I would be asking you for an image of the printout to show the lines, I would be asking you for a batch code for the toner. And then I would be asking my wholesaler to give me some advice. And the likelihood is that they would send a replacement, because that toner is not performing as it should. And the fact that it's non-original is no excuse, Sylvia. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if the toner was £5 or £50. You've paid money for it, and it should perform to a similar standard to the original. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't matter that it's cheaper. Being cheaper, it's about the quality of the print, and it's about the... Sylvia, I've been supplying the CF280A since 2011. Like honestly, I supply the CF2080As and the X's to McDonald's. This printer's been going a long time, you know. So I'm not saying I've never had any issues at all. Like, that's just, you can't say that. But what I am saying is, if you ask me the question, Charles, can you supply this with confidence? Yeah, hell yeah, I can. You know, the newer printers, they have chip issues. For example, when you put the toner in, the printer might not recognize it. You know, that's an issue, you know. But that's because HP control their printers, their newer printers. They don't control your printer. They probably doesn't even know it still exists because you've looked after it well. They don't care about that. They care about the new stuff. Does that make sense? You know? So, you know, so the question I have to ask you is, do you know what you paid for it? Was it around the price that I quoted you in March? I quoted you £40 and £5 delivery. Yeah, there's no rush. No rush. Thank you. Exactly. So, but my question to you is, I know you don't order very often, but how often do you replace it? Because I've talked to you about the X toner. Remember, I said to you at the start of the call that I was talking to someone this morning about they use the standard, and I said about the high capacity. Well, I've had a chat with you about this in the past, but you said that you use the A. So, but I really want to get you on the X. Yeah, it's basically, it might be a little bit bigger, but basically the page difference is so vast. I'm going to give you an example, right? Very quickly. My A is 40, for example. I can bring it down to 35 if you want me to, but it's about the same as what you're paying, right? Similar, 35, 40, whatever, right? But I want to get you on the X at £60, right? Now the X is 6.9K, okay? So in a calculator, if you do 6.9, which is the page yield, 6.9, divided by 2.7, which is yours, right? In a calculator, it's 2.5. So all you've got to do then is you do 2.5 times £39.16, right? You're technically paying £97.90 compared to 60. Do you see my point? So I'm not trying to save you a fiver or 80p or whatever. I'm trying to save you more money. And on top of that, Sylvia, the toner would last 2.5 times longer. So your ordering habits would be stretched out. It wouldn't be like, you know, again, I know that you don't order very often anyway, but I'm just saying it would last a longer time period, if that makes sense, you know. And I've already proven, you know, I think so. And I'll tell you what I'll say is, I'll send one out, and I think I got your address and everything. The only thing I will say is payment. I'm not comfortable. I know this sounds a little bit odd, but I'm not that comfortable taking a payment from you until the toner, especially if you're going to put it in relatively soon. I want the toner to perform well. So I'm happy to be patient over the payment, if that's okay with you. So on the first order, if it's okay with you, Sylvia, I'll take the payment from you maybe in 2 weeks or maybe even in 4 weeks' time from now. And then if you say, Charles, you know, we're getting along with it, it's brilliant. Hopefully, you know, do a print report, you know, because I've taught you now, you bloody think you're clever now, don't you? Do you know what I mean? There you go. So what I'm saying to you is, right, I want to be around for a long time, so I need to be patient. So I think for the payment, because you've just gone through that bit of experience now with the shade and everything, I want my toner to work well. So would you be comfortable paying in a couple of weeks, or maybe even in 4 weeks' time? Would that be okay with you? I'll get it out for tomorrow. You'll receive it tomorrow. I receive back payments, and I can send you an invoice. It'll have my details on the invoice, and I'll send you the invoice, and I'll send out the toner, right? But what I'm trying to say to you is, I want to be patient with you. There's no point rushing for payment, is what I'm saying. Because imagine if you put it in, and after the 2 weeks or 3 weeks, imagine there's something wrong with the printer, for example. Do you know what I mean? And whatever. So if you're happy with that, now if you then use me again, then all I'll say to you is, if it's okay, just payment on delivery. You know, just as normal. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. You know, within a week or so. Right. I've got your address. Is it Maisie? There's a new customer.
I did. Well done.
Eh?
Well done. You're having some good Christmas, man.
Hello, Charles speaking.
Hi there, good morning. It's Lisa Jones calling from Simon Lodge.
Oh, hi Lisa. Sorry I missed your call. I left you a voicemail and then we've been playing phone tag, haven't we?
Yeah, but I was on the other side, and I just missed the phone call then.
No, so
How can I help you?
only very quickly. My name's Charles. I run my own independent ink business called SOS. I'm based in Cardiff.
Right.
I was hoping to leave my contact details. I supply ink for printers, and I was just hoping to leave my pricing, if that would be okay with you, though, obviously.
Yeah, I've got no issue with that. I'm not telling you, I don't use my printer a lot often.
No,
so
no, it's fine.
I don't want to give you kind of false hope.
No, to be honest, it's only myself. I've built up my business very kind of slowly over the last 7 years. I've been selling it for 15 years, but I've built my
Right.
business up on what I call like bread and butter customers. So one thing is I don't do people's heads in. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's
Makes exact sense
there you
to
go.
me.
That's what I'm kind of known for. In actual fact, people tell me off for not ringing them enough because I just I just called someone this morning and we first spoke in 2018, and I think I called them up every couple of years since then. So I don't hassle people, you know. The only thing is though, just so I'm on the right lines. Do you know the name, the model of your printer, Lisa? Because I can send prices if I know the model. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know if it says TS maybe or
I think I paid about 40 quid for it. I mean, it really, I felt big just couldn't be
do
talking.
you know the ink codes? Because I can quote you if you know the ink codes. Are they PG something? PG 540 or something like that?
I thought, hang on, I got an old one here.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
It's PG 540.
Okay, I hope you're impressed by the way, because I did guess that without you telling me. So you're buying the PG 540 black and you're buying the CL 541 color. Does that make
That's
sense?
it, yeah.
Yeah. And are you buying? Have you ever bought the XL or are you buying the standard? If that makes sense. If it doesn't say XL, then you'll be buying the standard. Yeah, it's quite important.
Cartridge 540 black.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you very quickly. Bear with me. MG2150. Okay, so when I send you over the quote, oh, is it okay to email it to you as well?
Yeah, to be honest, email is better than phone because I'm so head
Yeah,
shut most of
yeah,
the time.
yeah.
Unless it's in my inbox, it won't get done.
No, it's fine. I got 5 kids and I run my own business, so trust me. I'm headshot as well. I'm running around like what's it, headless chicken. There's a few other things I could say that I run around, but I do 3 school runs in the morning. No, I do 2 school runs in the morning, then I do 3 school runs in the afternoon. So yeah, I usually quite busy myself. What's the best email address to get you on, Lisa?
It's the name of the B&B, which is T-Manners Lodge.
Bear with me. So it's TY and then it's MYNYDD Lodge.
That's it,
Yeah.
gmail.com.
Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my name, Charles, my company details, my prices, my delivery. But there is one thing to this. I only supply the XL. So I'm just going to give you the very, yeah. So it's basically double. So your pages are 300 on the, no, sorry. Let me rephrase. It's not double, it's triple. Your pages is hang on, I gotta get this right. It's 180 on the black, right? And mine is 600. It's not double, it's triple. So 600 divided by 180 is 3.3. So when you look at the price of your black, if you don't mind, don't compare it directly with my price. You have to times yours by 3.3, if that makes sense. And then on the color, you're 180 again, and I'm 400. So it's just over, I think this will be 2.2, I reckon. So divided by, yeah, 2.2. So on the black, to make it easier, times it by 3 on the black and times it by 2 on the color, because the points are not going to make a huge amount of difference. So whatever price you're paying for the color, times it by 2 and then compare it to my price, if that makes sense. Okay. Apart from that, I'll send you the email. I'll thank you very much for calling me back. I do appreciate it. And if it is of interest to you, just like I said, just come back to me whenever you're ready. Is that okay, Lisa? I'm based on Museum Place. Well, yeah, I'm based in town. I've been selling for 15 years. I've been running my business for 7. I started out in my daughter's attic room. Like genuinely, I started out in the, I was working in IKEA. Oh, there we go. Yeah, yeah. I've literally moved in 6 weeks ago. I was on Cathedral Roads for 4 years. and I got kids, see, so they come to the office after work, and I moved offices into a much bigger office. And my youngest boy, he's autistic. He's 7 years old, but he's non-verbal, so he makes like he stims, if that makes sense. He like claps his hands like you can't shut him up basically. For someone who's non-verbal, you know what I mean? And he comes after work, and I do my calls and everything. And my kids, they in the, like on their Xboxes, and they do work. I got kids in high school, they do their work and everything. And I moved offices in Cathedral Road, and then my new neighbour, if you call him, complained about the noise, and they ended up, well, essentially they kind of ended up kicking me out. So all's well that ends well. I looked at offices elsewhere, and I found one on Museum Place, and it ended up being 3 rooms. So it's actually I got,
Part of the world that is. So,
yeah, I'm literally at the end. We've got the trains coming by on the right, and then it's not busy down here, but it's off Park Grove. You obviously know it better than me, but it's you can take a walk to Colin Road, go to like Greg's or Tesco, or you can take a walk into town. So we're enjoying it here. We've been here about 6 weeks, you know. So
great.
yeah, so I should be here for a while. The rent doesn't sound that good, you know. Got to sell a lot of ink to cover the rent, but it is what it is. My business is going quite well, so I try and invest in the space, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I'll send you an email now. I'll leave you to it, and if there's anything I can do, just give me a shout, and I'll put my name Charles on it, and then we'll take it from there, if that's okay.
I appreciate your call.
No, I appreciate you calling me back. I gotta be honest, I leave about 40, 50 voicemails a day. And to be fair, a couple of people do call back often, and the ones that call back, I usually end up quoting, so it makes it worthwhile to leave it.
Yeah,
So
follow them up.
yeah, 100%. And when I listened to your voicemail, I was thinking, sometimes I don't have time to call people back again, because on my call list I've got so many to call. I don't sometimes call people back, but with you, I was just like, oh, do you know what? I'm just because I just quoted the Courtfield Hotel. I think it's a B&B, I think, and another place I think it was in Grangetown. And it's mad because those 2 calls were good as well. What's really mad is that they were on the standard ink, and I had to explain to them about the XL, and they said, well, how much more print does it do? And when I explained it to them, they were like, really? I was like, yeah. One lady, she was on 2 mils, 100 pages. And similar to yourself, really. And my boy takes melatonin for bed to get him to sleep, and he takes 8 mils. And to give you a comparison, he takes 8 mils. Your black is 8 mils, and your color is 8 mils. So your ink is the same amount that my boy takes melatonin every night. How mad is that? Yeah. Yours is actually 8 mils. Yeah, hers was 2. And just give you a comparison, hers was 2.2. Yeah, that's why ink is in the top 10 most expensive liquids in the world, because of you guys. You're the ones who are buying the inks that are expensive, but you don't think they are, because you're thinking, well,
I thought you printer.
yeah, because the ink, yeah, then 2 inks, yeah, yeah, yeah. So my thoughts are with you guys and the other 2 people I spoke to this morning. And this is what I told them as well, and I'll tell the same to yourself. If you ever do want to have a chat about like printers in general, I am a good person to speak about, because I talk about printers all the time. So printer recommendations is also what I do. I sell printers, but I sell printers based on what the business needs. So I even look at the height, the width, the depth, you know, duplex prints on both sides, wireless, wired. Like this gentleman that I spoke to earlier this morning, he's bought a new printer. He can't use it because it needs an update on his iPhone or something, and he's thinking about buying a new iPad. But he's gone back to his old printer that has an Ethernet cable, so it's wired to his computer or whatever. So yeah,
My laptop was sold. I couldn't get the wireless to connect, and in frustration, I Ethernet connected it.
yeah.
Because I just needed to put it
Yeah.
on his voice.
Yeah, exactly that. So what I do is, when I talk about these inks and I quote them, the first thing I do is I try and get the person on the right ink. So for example, XL instead of standard. But that's not my game plan. My game plan is to get people on better printers, because once you're on a good printer, you might not order off me. I mean, if you're on a laser printer, the black could do 3,000 pages. Now, can you imagine going from 180 pages to 3,000? Now, 3,000 pages divided by 180 is 16 times you're probably paying about, I reckon off the top of my head, I'm probably paying about 18 quid, maybe 20 quid for your black. Does that sound about right? Yeah, say 18 quid. You do 16.6 times 18. you're paying nearly £298. You're paying nearly £300 for a toner that could cost 35 quid. The difference is when you walk into Asda and Argos and Currys and whatever, you're not paying £300 because otherwise you tell them to bugger off. You're paying £18. And because you're paying £18, you think, oh, it's only 18 quid, it's only 20 quid, but it does add up. So my kind of long-term game plan is to get people on the right printers. And even if you don't order very often, it sits in well with my business because I don't do your head in. So I'm not ringing you up every 3 months saying, do you need anything? You know, you might ring me every 18 months for a toner. You might, I have some customers, Lisa, they ring me up every 2 years. They always say, oh, Charles, are you still doing ink? And I'm like, yeah, I'll probably be doing it for the rest of my life, you know. And they say, oh, and they always apologize as well. They always say, oh, you know, I'm going to give you an order, but, you know, you're not going to be a millionaire off me, Charles. Can you send me out another black? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. And the price doesn't change, you know, and my wholesale is, I try and keep the same. So the supply chain is quite stable, you know, the quality and things like that. So yeah, that's what I can offer. But initially, I'll just give you the pricing and we'll just take it from there. I will, yeah. I'll do it straight away.
Yeah.
We'll take it from there. Yeah.
We'll take it from there.
Yeah, because honestly, I could talk about ink all day long. So I gotta get people off the phone, honestly. But when there you go, you do your bit and I'll do mine. But if you do want to have a conversation, is what I'm trying to say. If you do want to put a conversation about printer, I am the right guy to speak to because I know a lot about it and I'll definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think so. But yeah, I'll send it over now and you come back to me whenever you're ready. But thanks for going back and you have a nice day as well.
Look after yourself, Charles. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lisa. Thank you. Ta-ra.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Linz, what is going on this morning? Linz,
Hmm?
what is going on? Did you hear that call?
Not really. I've had them.
It was just as good as the other two calls.
Good.
What the fuck is going on?
Maybe it's the type of thing you're ringing.
With all due respect, I've been ringing fucking beauty salons for 2 fucking days, right? Of nothing. I go through the beauty salons, and there's every beauty salon I'm going through, there's fucking 100. And I'm like, Charles, just get to the end, just get to the end, just get to the end. Don't skip it. Don't skip any call.
Yeah.
And then I go to bed and breakfast. I'm thinking, oh, here we fucking go. Bed and fucking breakfast. First call, good call. Second call, good call. Third call, voicemail. I think, oh, voicemail, leave a voicemail. She calls back, leaves me a voicemail. I call back, goes to voicemail. She calls back, I'm saying we're blaming bloody phone tag. Ends up, good quote. You fucking shitting me. And on top of that, in between those calls, I've got one guy saying he's going to order an ink off me, but in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Right? And I've been calling him since 2018. And then I make another follow-up call on my thing, and she orders off me, and I get a new customer. Why don't you shut? Yeah, I think so. I was going to tell you to go and do something, and I realised that I'm live on my YouTube channel.
Hmm?
Nothing. They're all using standard inks. Fucking hell, people. She said I went into Argos and she said I just ended up buying a new printer. She cost me cheaper to buy a new printer than it was to buy the ink. That woman has 8 mils of ink in each cartridge. I'm going to use that melatonin stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I need to recommend a printer to all these 3 people. Lind, look at this, right? I'm not even joking you, right? Look at my notes, Lind. Good chat using standard 305 OEM. Good chat using standard 300 OEM. Good chat using PG 540 OEM. Yes, fuckers. Hi, good morning. Hi, mate. I was looking for the person that orders ink, you know, for any printers you guys use. Oh, there you go. No worries. Thanks anyway. Cheers. Bye. Hi guys, my name's Charles. I run my own independent ink company called SOS. We're based in Cardiff. I was hoping you could give me a quick call back on the Cardiff number, 02922 402 747. Thank you very much. Hi. Good morning. I was looking for the person that orders ink, for any printers you guys use. Sorry. Do you guys use any printers for the business at all? Yeah, no worries. I'll put this on my notes as a low user, but thank you very much for letting me know anyway. Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye. Hello, Charles speaking.
Hi, it's DPD. I delivery for Lindsay.
Oh yeah, it's no one's there. If you go to are you allowed to leave it outside or no?
No, absolutely not.
You need a signature.
That's the only I'm going to try and find it.
That's okay. If there's any chance you can go to flat 22.
Yeah. Very thorough.
Pardon?
What searches?
What was Sky?
The delivery.
No idea. He spoke to me. I tried to say about flat 22, and then he was talking to someone else. I presume he went to flat 22, And then he kept me on the phone, and I thought he's going to come back to me, and then he just hung up. So I presume he's giving it to the office, which they're probably going to love. You know? Some of those people in the office are lovely, and some of them are not so lovely.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah,
He's not so lovely.
I like Vic. Is it Vic? Nikki?
Love her.
Yeah, I like Nikki.
She's really nice, but she's never around.
Huh?
Is she like the big boss?
No.
She's never around, that's all.
Yeah, I know. She is. She's in the office, but you're right. She's never like.
I like the guy as well.
The black woman, the guy's nice. He's the one who passed me the thing. I like him. And there's a black woman. She's really nice, actually.
There's a couple of black ones.
Yeah, there's I don't
I'm
know her
Stephen,
name.
like, honestly.
There's a Muslim lady, and she's really nice
There's
to
a
us.
couple of Muslim ladies as well.
Yeah, but they know us from the hotel. See.
Anaya? Oh, Anaya.
Yeah, they know us from the hotel. Remember when Greg was kicking off?
Yeah,
They know us from there, and that's when I came in and like backed them up type of thing. Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? Yeah, there's a few of them that I think are really nice, to be fair. But then there's just a few that are not. It is what it is, isn't it?
Mm.
Can't win it. Can't win over everyone, you know. Remember that old saying? You can please some people some of the time, but you can't please all people all of the time. Well, I've mentioned it to him anyway, but it's not ready to be let out. Like he'd have to empty it off. I think it'll probably be 250 a month. Why don't you have it as a goal? If you get another book deal, or like say for example that stipulus, what's it called? Stipend. Say for example that happened again. Why don't you do that?
To be honest, I eventually I want an office like my space here, but I also want something at home.
Yeah.
I want a proper setup there because there's times where I can't come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do 3 more. Let's do 3 more. And then let's go on to 7 Christine. Let's do the
Coffee?
Sorry?
They're lesbian because of the coffee.
Oh yeah.
They're just really strong.
Yeah, that's not. Hi, good morning. I was looking for the person that orders ink, for any printers you guys use. Sorry, yeah, do you use any printers for your business? Yeah, yeah. Would would I be allowed permission to leave my name Charles and my company details? Would that still be okay? Yeah. Well, my name's Charles. I run my own independent ink company called SOS. I'm based in Cardiff. But I can leave you my details if you like, and then if yeah, yeah, I've been selling inks for 15 years, mate. I sell everything, anything to do with printers. So it doesn't matter about the printer. It could be nearly as big as a photocopier, or it could be the size of your palm of your hand. I sell ink for them all, and I run my own company, so I don't look for big accounts because I've got some handful of big accounts, and they're a nightmare for payment, to be honest with you. So I built my business on small orders, but people who are going to pay. SOS, it's Stead Office Supplies. My name's Charles Stead. Yeah, STEAD, sorry. No, not at all. I'm very old-fashioned. I don't have a website. I'm not on social media. Got nearly 1,000 businesses that have used me. I've got my front door with Specsavers, McDonald's. It's my knowledge and my experience in it that people trust me on, so I know everything about printers. It's a Cardiff number, mate. It's 029 22 402 747. If you know the model of the printer, I can leave you a price next to my name if you know the number. I can probably do it straight away, like give you the price. MX 750. Give me 2 seconds. MX 750. Let me see if I can bring it up straight away. So is it a Pixma? Say Pixma on there? Yeah, it is a Pixma. Isn't it? Okay. You know the ink codes? Are they the PG 540s? Does that ring a bell? You got Canon. I didn't find it through Pixma. So MX 750. I'm not bringing up MX 750. That's all. Is it MP 750? I think it's MP. Yeah. No worries. You're a potential customer. I can't tell you that you were wrong. Right, yeah, the PG 540s, I was right. So when you buy the inks for it, I know, like you said, you may not order very often, but very quickly to ask, do you buy the standard black and the standard tricolour, the PG 540 and the perfect, perfect. We're on the same page. So the PG 540 XL is £17, 17. 540 XL, yeah, 17 £17. The CL Charlie Lima 541 XL, which is the tricolour, same price, 17. And just to be upfront, it's £5 delivery. You've got to put the delivery cost in there, it's £5. Oh, what was your name, by the way? Didn't even ask. Sorry, Mel. I'm Charles. I'll leave you to it. There's no rush, mate, honestly. Yeah, well, I was going to say, are you any good on? Is it worth me putting it into an email for you? Would you be able to keep it on file if I email it over, or yeah, is that okay with you? Yeah. What's your email address, mate? So M so, so MR dot yeah Mike Romeo dot Mike Echo Lima Victor Yankee November. Yeah, yeah. Right. I got two MRs in there. So is it just it's just MR Mr. Dot Melvin? Yeah, yeah, perfect. Yeah. I had MR dot and I was thinking, hang on a second. But I got you right the first time. So it's Mr. Dot. So all I'll do on the email now is I'll just put my name, Charles, my company details, my number will be on there as well, my prices and my delivery charge. Yeah, exactly what I've told you on the phone. And then if it is of interest, just come back to me. But there's honestly, mate, there's no rush at all. One thing I'll leave you with it. I'm notoriously known for not doing people's heads in, so I don't hassle people now. I don't badger them and pester them. I'm just there if I'm needed, if that makes sense, you know. I'll send it over now, mate. Thank you very much for your time. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. Bye. Someone's singing fucking opera. What was that about? I was having a fucking mental breakdown, I I bet you someone got run over by the train now. Yeah,
Don't say that.
that person clearly does not give a fuck. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
making me turn down my music and shit.
Oh,
What's wrong with people?
no,
What I mean?
real, honestly.
That's what I want to say, like, just what is wrong with you? Kids are so funny when they got to sit in the back together. They just all don't like each other.
Oh, they get on my nerves, honestly.
They just really don't like each other. This has been going on since Copper Street, like, you know, since they've all been getting a bit older.
Hmm.
Whatever. They're going to be these siblings that just don't talk to each other when they're older. And there's nothing we can do. Like, we try everything, but it is what it is. Whatever. You can't force them to like each other. Do you know what I mean? Oh, by the way, don't be played too much with um Alyssa and her exams,
What?
because that whole thing about her history exam and
Yeah.
I'm so stressed out and everything. And she did it, and I was like, "Oh, just she was go, yeah, it was good. I didn't know that." And the way she was like talking about it wasn't the way she was on about it beforehand. So just don't be very careful of not being drawn into.
We spoke to her.
Sorry, you'll be fine. Obviously, there's always going to be difference of opinions and things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
That was all live on Facebook, by the way. I'm joking. It wasn't. It was on the mute and the camera was off. And it's on Facebook, YouTube. Oh, 10, so 6. 6. Because they're not in, are you okay to make food in a bit?
They are in.
Huh?
They are in.
I don't know.
So I told you all the copy enough.
No, they would have come in this morning. I think they've left.
They all left.
You don't think they've left?
Hmm. No.
Oh, I've just had to buy a new case. Is this small?
Um,
Have a look at this case for me. Or is this because I just paid £22.
Someone just it's like chocolate and stuff. You need to go back down.
Oh, so I didn't need to buy a new case. I did?
You know.
Fine. Push to. Push. On. Okay. Okay. What's that now? Come on, today. Hi, oh, is that Emma? Hi, Emma. It's Charles from SOS. Not doing too bad. We had a call on my notes for a few weeks ago, but I got to be honest with you, I've been so busy. Did I not call? I'm so sorry if I didn't. Was you in a meeting? Oh, thank God for that. So it's your fault. Oh no, it's my fault. Oh, no, because you then said I'd ring back, and I was like, I didn't ring back. Hang on. But yeah, no. Well, to be yeah, well, it's getting away from me ringing once a year, isn't it? That's the problem. So it's kind of like I'm doing these callbacks, and I don't know if I'm doing okay or not. I think I am. I'm getting used to them a little bit more than I was like six. I started them in November, and when I first started doing them, honestly, I was so awkward. I was just like, "Hi, it's Charles. I called you 6 years ago. I'd like to now call you every 3 months." And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine." And then I call them 3 months. I'm like, "Hi, it's Charles. I called you 3 months ago, but before that was 6 years ago." I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" So now I'm in a little bit more of a routine. So first things first. Are you free to talk, or would you prefer if I call back? Right. So on my notes from the last call, so I last quoted you in 5th of February, and we talked about the printer situation. So on my notes, I've got the following. So you're looking to replace the printer, I believe, when it dies, I think, or when it's run out of ink. I recommended a printer. That's from the quote from the emails in February, and then I quoted you for both normal, what I call normal non-originals comparables, like white boxes, and I also quoted you for the Xerox ones. So the quote that I sent on the 5th of Feb, it has the normal non-originals for the Brother and for the HP, and on the quote in December, 8th of December, it has the quote for the Brother and the HP Xerox. So where do we stand with the HP 750? Is it still, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm not offended. I've fake Sunday market crap in that printer. It's okay, it's fine. I understand. Experience. Everyone does, yeah, honestly, yeah. Yeah. What could yeah? So I was gonna mention. Bearing in mind, I have not actually quoted you for this, but I could put it into your emails for reference. That as the Xerox toners, I know he's just said not the fake stuff, but the Xerox stuff, I don't think can be classed as the white box. Exactly, and I've also got the imagery of it as well. Well, I'm only just saying for reference. It might be something you never look at, but yeah, well, you don't have. Yeah, I've never sent it to you. Well, there's an old saying that if you give somebody new information, they can change their perspective. So he may just still be the same, or he may look at the box and think, "Oh, well, hang on, that says Xerox on it," for example. You know, like you said, Xerox is a name brand. Right. Anyway, so we'll put that to bed for now. I'll send you the email shortly for that. In regards to the Brother and the HP, what are your stock levels like, or and what is your thinking of maybe giving it a go on those?
Well, the girl's called Monica.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fitting.
Then I obviously got the plain one, so there won't be loads of colour.
Oh no, hang on. No, we're on about something different. 'Cause that Brother one is a black and white. Yeah, the Brother one is it.
That makes sense.
And they're lovely.
Yeah.
Really
I
pretty.
really
Correct.
really
Yeah,
like
copier.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you
Yeah.
think I should just go traditional? I like
No, I
this.
like you with a bit of
Yeah.
colour.
Only just adds a little something.
I love them.
Yeah.
They're lovely.
What do you think?
Okay.
So
And
cute.
what about the HP?
Yeah.
And the crosses, no?
Right.
Crucifix.
Oh yeah, amazing.
Oh, fair play, man.
I don't know
that's
if we're on the right
amazing.
line, so because that one's a mono printer, but you mentioned the colours.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to this. So it'll cost me more to make them.
Yeah, but you've got them now, haven't you?
And I got them now.
Yeah.
I don't think we're on the. Yeah, I don't think I haven't got that on my notes.
I love the colour.
I've got a hit. I've got.
So
You've only got 3.
I've kept them light,
That's weird.
but I do think it's going to be a bit down, just all the white
Yeah.
ones.
Is that what she asked for?
No.
Oh, well, there you are then. She just asked for christening, and I think you've chosen nice colours.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Where did this
To
come
be
from?
fair.
This is.
That's it.
So I've got
Perfect, they're
the it's a HP CE285A, but I would have got that from
Quiet.
your conversations with you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Hello? Thank
Thank you.
Maybe. Right. So what's the name of the plotter though? I haven't even quoted you on the plot. Yeah. 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 So you got a spare on the colours. Yeah. So yeah. Why don't we do this then? How about go on. What are you going to say? I think that's what we should do. I think it's going to be like go like this for a while. But I think when it breaks down or whatever, I think personally from experience, I think it's going to be like panic stations because it's going to be like, oh my god, we now like we need it tomorrow type of thing. Where for months and yeah. No, because if it was his suggestion, it would have been fine. But you've got to word it in a certain way. Yeah, but then then it's the toners though, isn't it? That's the problem. So for me, I could quote for any printer, like I can sell any printer. The cost of the printer is not the issue; it's the running cost. So the initial cost, I could quote you a printer for £200. I can quote you a printer for £2,000. But it's not the printer. I can quote you an amazing printer, but for me, it's always about the running cost. It's about how much can it save you, not how much it's going to cost you over the years, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because the thing is, if he whatever bad experience he's had, I need to kind of get across to him that I'm going to be like, if I was given an opportunity, like I'll give you an example very briefly before you go. I got a new customer on board this morning. She's had a bad experience with a non-original, and I got her to do a print report. And on the print report, it did more than it should have done. So therefore, the shading was on the page and everything. So she thought it was because of the non-original. It wasn't. It was because the toner it's outperformed itself, if that makes sense. And so she's waiting for the printer to say it's empty, but it's not. It's the toner is empty, but the printer hasn't told her that. So when she did the print report, she's like, "Oh my God, I didn't realise." So when she's ordered off me this morning, I've then said to her, "Listen, for the first payment, for the first order, would you be happy if we're patient with the payment, because I want you to have a good experience with me as well?" And she might turn around and say, "I want to pay up front," and I would have had to argue with her, because I got to be honest with them. I want to show people that I'm in it for the long run, and that's what I want to get across to Matt as well. I want to say, listen, for example, if I sell you a full set of these Xerox toners for the HPM 750, it's probably going to cost you, off the top of my head, probably going to cost you like 400 quid, 500 quid, whatever. But I would even say at that level, I would actually say, well, can we leave it maybe 30 days, maybe even longer, to make sure that Emma's using it or the other staff using it. I want his negative experience to turn into a positive, because if it turns into a positive, you guys are going to end up using me for years to come. So there's no rush. Does that make sense? But I get where you're coming from, because it's like we have these conversations over the last few years, and we're fine, but we're not the ones who can make that decision at the end of the day, But ultimately, it is what it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. But I think it's trying to turn the negative into positive. That's the hardest thing. There's an old thing that is, if you hear something, I think it's negativity is 10 times more powerful than positivity. That's why I turn off the news when I'm in the car with the kids. The news comes on the radio. I always turn it off, because I'm like, a murder's happened, or like it's going to tell me it's raining. It's going to rain in half an hour. Do you know what I mean? But it's always something negative, because that's what. It's a psyche. It's the psychology trick, So if he's had a bad experience and he's open to it, brilliant. But if he's not open to it, then I think we've got to be very, very careful with how it's presented. But that's your job. That's not. Yeah, you're under pressure for that. But I'll send you that email through now shortly. Is that okay, Emma? And I'll leave it. I'll leave it with you then. So I'll send you the quote now, and then we'll talk in maybe. Do you think 6 months would be too long? Oh, okay. Okay, thanks for that. Cheers. Bye. Oh, hello, Charles speaking. I, do you know what? Do you know what I think? Do you know what I did? I thought, yeah, I'm just going to send the email. Yeah, Charles, you just need to know when to shut your mouth. Quit while you're ahead. Just get off the phone. No, I kept on talking. I was there. Trust me, I was there. No, I was ending with. I was literally ending the call. I was ending with. I'll send you the quote for the Xerox, because I haven't done that. So I'll send you that, and then I will, if it's okay, I will send a print recommendation, because I'm a bit of a weirdo and a bit of a nerd, and I love doing print recommendations. So I will actually see what's out there, and then I'll just leave you to it. And my last question was, before the phone light went, is 6 months too long of a gap between calls? Because I think that's a good time. Or do you think exactly? That's what I much prefer. Honestly, I'd much prefer you ring me or email me when you're ready, rather than say 3 months and then we have this conversation again, and then 3 months to. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I'd say leave it a good 26 weeks from now. I'll look at my calendar. I'll see when 6 months is. It's probably going to be in November, and then I think that's. Yeah, I think that's perfect timing then, because it's in November. 100%. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? You'll end up giving me a call. I'll be like, Emma, you got to stop doing my editing. You'll be like, oh, Martin's up for it. I'll be like, well, I'm not. I'm not. Sorry, mate, but yeah. But no, I think we'll be fine. I think it's just the fact that you remember me, the fact that you're still open to me emailing quotes, the fact that we're agreeing 6 months. I think it's a good game plan. I mean, a lot of other companies may do it different, but I think personally, patience is key here, and I think just being sensitive to his kind of way of doing things as well. I mean, I honestly, the amount of people I've spoken to over the last 15 years where if they just listened, they'd save so much money. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm the same myself. People tell me to get a website. I haven't got a website. I could probably make 2, 3, 4, 5 times more money that I'm making now if I had a website. But I'm very stubborn, and I've built my business up over relationship building. And I feel like when I have a website, I want it to be a good one. I don't want it to be a not so good one, and that involves investment. And I'm just not in a place in my business to invest in a website. I've got a new office. And I'm going to like a conference to do with stationery. I'm going to be doing stationery by the end of the year. But at some point, I will need a website, which will be amazing. But I'm still building I'm 7 years in. I feel like I'm a baby in business. I want to be in business 20, 30 years, if that makes sense, you know? And everyone's like, why don't you have any social media presence and everything like that? I'm like, no, one-on-one. That's how I deal with people. And if they recommend me, fantastic. And if they continue to use me, brilliant. But I'm never going to do their head in either. You know, I'm never going to hassle, badger, pest. I'm not going to do it. So I'll stick with that. I'll do the 6 months callback, send you the email in the next few minutes, and then we'll just take it from there. Take our time. Thank you very much, and you have a lovely afternoon. And fingers crossed. I never normally say this, but fingers crossed that printer breaks soon. Yeah, I like the way that you looked at it. You're like, oh, just check it in. I don't mind having it, boss. Just put it in my room. It's not a problem. Just I'll figure it out. Yeah, when it breaks, just bring it in my room. I tell you what, that printer is such a nice printer. Or to first printout, yeah. Down the road, yeah. There's a feature on the printer called first page printout, and it's like 0 to 60 with cars, for example. And it's the manufacturers, they go nuts over it. They're like, oh, our printer is like the first page printout is like the best in the industry and everything like that. Yeah, yours would be like, yeah, we don't want to talk about first page printout, to be honest. That was who I got this morning. A tractor company. How bad is that? Yeah, I actually did. Yeah, got a tractor company. There you go. Yeah, definitely. But I'll send over the Xerox now, and then we'll have a chat in 6 months. Apart from that, we'll have a lovely. If I don't speak to you until 6 months, we'll have a lovely summer, and I'm there if I'm needed. Yeah, brilliant, Emma. Well, speak to you in a bit. Thank you. Ta-da now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Okay, so she wants 26 weeks. So on week 20, so it'd be week 46. November the 11th. Let's go. Do our lunch, Liv? Riding cold. Lind,
Well,
riding cold.
bring it back.
I ain't fucking ringing back. You ring back. You ring back?
No,
Eh?
no.
No. Why don't I do 1724? I thought I was gonna end the fucking lunch. Yeah. Let's chill. Forward IT. Lynn,
Yeah.
if they're not there, can you go and sort it?
No, I need it.
Eh?
I made it. I spent 40 minutes making all that.
I don't even why.
Huh?
Nothing.
What?
Hmm.
What?
Nothing.
All you have to do is warm it up.